Welcome to the NTN Nightly. I'm Nisha Charles. This edition's top stories. The Government of Saint Lucia expresses sadness at the loss of a landmark building in the heart of the city. The final phase of the Sandals to Choc Road Widening Project begins. Saint Lucia's Carroll Victor makes his mark on the jungle voice. All that plus the latest in youth development, sports, and the NTN Nouvelle en Creole. Minister for Commerce, Industry, Investment, Enterprise Development and Consumer Affairs, Honorable Bradley Felix, has expressed shock and sadness at the destruction of a landmark building in the heart of the city. Thursday, the Ajadar building in the William Peter Boulevard, which housed several businesses, went up in flames. Here's Janelle Norville.
The government is deeply saddened by the destruction of the Ajadar building by fire that occurred on Thursday. The Saint Lucia Fire Service received a call about the fire at approximately 1:30 p.m., to which units from Castries, Barbados and Grosili responded. The fire proved to be a difficult one for firefighters as it took hours to get it under control. The Saint Lucia Fire Service and the Royal Saint Lucia Police Force are working closely as they continue to ensure that the fire is completely extinguished. This may take some time as they need to sift through all the rubble and attempt to determine the cause of the fire. Minister for Commerce, Industry, Investment, Enterprise Development and Consumer Affairs, Honorable Bradley Felix, is weighing in on the economic impact.
Fire yesterday was a travesty in the heart of the boulevard, a structure that I have known from a child growing up. I'm sure holds lots of memories for a number of St. Lucians. The fire, from what I have seen from my office and from the various pictures circulated, it's a complete, the building has been completely destroyed. And obviously it means that there are quite a few people employed in various sectors because I'm aware that the building housed several businesses. And it means that right, in front of the Christmas season, we have a number of people who will be out of work. And anything that affects the employment level, the employment statistics is one, as a government, you need to be concerned about. So we're hoping, that, there could be some reprieve from various quarters to try to assist people who are unduly affected.
The Saint Lucia Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture has also expressed sadness given the destruction of the building. Businesses were advised that certain areas in the boulevard and near the vicinity have been and will be cordoned off to allow the fire service and the police to conduct their work and maneuver as necessary. There may be some smoke billowing from time to time based on the wind direction, and business may therefore be affected. Firms will therefore have to examine their individual situation and take the necessary decision about operations, taking into account staff and property, as well as customer safety. Acting Prime Minister Honorable Guy Joseph was on the scene.
I'm aware that the Acting Prime Minister was on the scene yesterday. I am not privy to any conversations. I am sure we will get a formal report in Cabinet on Monday. But I am sure, knowing the Acting Prime Minister, he would have reached out to the various people of interest and would be able to give us a comprehensive report on Monday.
Due to the recent fire, the Department of Finance informed the general public of the temporary closure of the following government offices: the Treasury Accountant General's Department in the Diana Building on Jeremy Street, Inland Revenue Offices, upstairs Digicel in the William Peter Boulevard, Blue Coral Mall and the Diana Building on Jeremy Street, the General Post Office on Bridge Street, and the Customs Department in the New Cherokee Building, and upstairs the Digicel Building in the William Peter Boulevard. Payment of customs duties was facilitated at Shed 6 at the Castries Port. This was a precautionary health measure due to the strong odor of smoke in the ventilation system of those departments. Regular service to the general public is expected to resume on Monday, 25th November 2019. The Department of Finance apologizes for any inconvenience caused due to this temporary closure. For the Government Information Service, I am Janelle Norville.
The Department of Education, with support from the Food and Drug Administration, has been hosting a series of health fairs in the 8 school districts. The aim is to strengthen the school feeding program, educate the school population on non-communicable diseases among children, and to encourage healthy eating and positive lifestyle changes. As countries around the globe seek to meet the United Nations Sustainable Goals, the SDGs, which focus on poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, schools across St. Lucia are doing their part to provide the support mechanisms needed to achieve these goals. The Student Welfare Unit partnered with different school districts to showcase healthy eating options for the students. Coordinator of the school feeding program, Miriam Henville, says instead of packaged snacks, there are healthier alternatives for the students.
Recently, in the news, it was said that the Caribbean is the diabetes or amputee capital of the world. So we felt that if we start early, the children can get involved in healthy eating, and that would lengthen their life, because a number of students are taking insulin. So we want to help eradicate that, or just to curtail on it, so that the children can source the healthy options. A number of students are not into the fruits and the smoothies, so we partnered also with Ministry of Health to come on board to make smoothies, to make the banana bread, the banana cake, so that the children can sample the local fruits and how you can use it.
Merlene Jean-Charles is a nutritionist with the Ministry of Health. She says that healthy eating and exercise go hand in hand.
Because it is the snack time is also part of their daily recommended amount for the day. We want them to choose healthier snacks where they could get nutrients, most of the nutrients from the foods that they eat. To remain in good health, you need to be active. So we promote exercise for children, babies up to everybody. We encourage them to exercise at least half an hour every other day, and that would be sufficient.
The activity was also supported by resource nurses within the health sector. The second and final phase of the Sandals to Choc Road Widening Project commences on Saturday, November 23, 2019. These finishing works will include milling and asphalting, are scheduled to be complete in 8 days. Communications Officer in the Ministry of Infrastructure, Shannon LeBorn, has more.
All works will be undertaken from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. in an effort to minimize public inconvenience. Motorists, though, are informed that there will be some temporary diversion of vehicular traffic only during the construction hours, that is 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. As such, the northbound lane from the Friendship Inn roundabout to Choc roundabout will be closed to normal traffic. The southbound dual lane from Choc to Friendship Inn roundabout will be converted to two-lane traffic or two-way traffic, which means that one lane will accommodate traffic heading northbound and the other lane will accommodate southbound traffic. Both the northbound and the southbound dual carriageways will resume to operate as normal from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily. Motorists are advised to be guided by the various road signs which will be in place for general safety and for guidance. We also want to encourage motorists to drive smart and cautious when traversing the carriageway during the execution of those works. You have less room now to maneuver, so we want to encourage motorists to be smart. There should be no need for overtaking and for speeding along the carriageway during the times that we have mentioned earlier.
With the changing tide towards the decriminalization and regulation of cannabis by regional and international counterparts, St. Lucia launched its Cannabis Commission on Friday, November 22, 2019. Spearheading the initiative is Minister for Commerce, International Trade, Investment, Enterprise Development and Consumer Affairs, Honorable Bradley Felix, who says that government is committed to reviewing the laws surrounding cannabis and ensuring that a balanced and holistic approach is taken.
For a long time now, the cannabis industry has been subdued by regulatory restrictions all over the globe. However, the legal market is rapidly emerging as more governments legalize medical and adult use of the herb. The Government of Saint Lucia believes that the current legal regime is ineffective and in many cases deeply unjust. We believe that the initial classification of cannabis as a dangerous drug with no value was made without sufficient scientific research and data. In fact, scientific evidence can now prove, or rather disapprove, most of the popular beliefs and perceptions on cannabis.
The Commission will consult on a number of issues fundamental to the design of a new legislative and regulatory framework for restricted cannabis use. The Commission is chaired by Attorney at Law Michael Gordon, QC.
What this Commission has been mandated to do by the Government of Saint Lucia, and specifically the Minister from whom you've just heard, is to suggest to the government the regulatory environment in which cannabis can be used to the optimum, eliminating those negative aspects which might undermine the perception of its benefit. It's quite a task because, as you will all know, the pros and cons have been debated at very considerable length.
Beginning the week of November 25, the Commission will be encircling St. Lucia to give information as well as receive the views from the public on the way forward. The Commission is mandated to provide a report to the Government of St. Lucia before the end of the year. And this is the NTN Nightly. Ryan O'Brien is up next.
Yes, St. Lucia, this is your boy Mark 11 telling all the drivers on the road. Be careful on the roads today and always roll with a designated driver. If you're the driver, drink responsibly. Go and come back home safely. Out.
A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness, Human Services, Gender Relations, and this station.
Welcome back. We join Ryan O'Brien for the latest happenings in youth development and sports.
Welcome everyone to your update from Youth Development and Sports on the NTN Nightly News. I'm Ryan O'Brien. Minister responsible for economic development, housing, urban renewal, transport and civil aviation, the Honorable Guy Joseph, is of the opinion that major rehabilitation work will have to be undertaken at the George Odlum Stadium when the St. Jude Hospital is relocated to its original site.
There needs to be major rehabilitation. In fact, I spoke to the persons at Sports Inc., the people who are responsible for the stadium, and one of the directors, they told me we cannot wait for the hospital to be out of there so we can take charge of the stadium and begin to bring the stadium back to what its original intention was, which is to be a sporting facility. So I definitely know that the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports would have some focus, as we have seen the sports program being rolled out with the mini stadium in Soufriere, with what's going to be happening in Mikud and the other areas. Also, the stadium is an integral role, plays an integral role in what the sports program of the country is going to be. We have seen the sports academy being opened at the Grosile, what used to be the Grosile Secondary School. So with the heavy focus on sporting activities and what is happening, the sooner that we can hand over the stadium back to the sports people in St. Lucia, I think that's going to be a further boost for our sporting activities.
Minister Joseph made the remarks Thursday while a guest on a Government Information Service National Television Network special discussion and call-in program, In Focus. Coach within the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, David Henry, described this week's Caribbean Coaching Certification Program, CCCP, as tremendous, and that the initiative taken by the St. Lucia Olympic Committee Incorporated and the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports gave him a great deal to take away and implement.
This has been my first course as a coach within the Department of Youth and Sports. And I must say that the ministry has started on a very high note. There was so much to learn in there, especially in relations to the role of a coach in many aspects of an athlete's life, performance, their health, also education on anti-doping drugs, the use of drugs, supplements was very, very, very important. I think the most important aspect of it, taken away from me. Also setting goals for players, short-term goals and long-term goals. I think that's one of the areas that a lot of coaches who approach young talent lie short, and it's one of the areas where if approached from an early age or from an early intervention in athletes, that's going to bring local athletes onto a new level of performance.
The program was facilitated by Dave Farmer, former director of the Barbados Olympic Academy and official CCCP trainer of the Caribbean Association of National Olympic Committees, CANOC. And that brings us to the end of our updates this week. From the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, I'm Ryan O'Brien.
Thanks, Ryan. St. Lucia's embassy in Taiwan has sent congratulations and best wishes to Carroll Victor of Grosley, who reached the finals of one of Taiwan's most popular TV singing competitions, Jungle Voice. Keril is a former student at the National Chengchi University in Taipei. He signed up with Taiwan's premier jazz musical agency, Cochin Entertainment. Jungle Voice is a TV singing competition similar to America's The Voice. Early this year, Keril was among the 3,000 hopefuls who entered the competition, from whom 80 were eventually selected for the live TV contest, which started in May. In the grueling weeks that followed, the numbers were steadily whittled down as contestants were eliminated. But Keril has been able to make it and secure a place as one of the 7 singers who progressed to the finals this weekend. Singing both English and Mandarin Chinese selections in the Jungle Voice competition, Keril's signature soulful voice and friendly personality won him thousands of Taiwanese and international fans who have followed and supported him on his journey this year. Here's an excerpt from Jungle Voice.
所有梦里再出现的讯息，有种失落，我感觉过。你若有所思的神情背对着我的身影，我看得懂，那叫寂寞。梦境的意义，爱是痛的替代品，我是你的过渡期，太简单的谜。
A live broadcast of the finale will be shared by Taiwan's ET Today and its social media platforms on Friday, November 22nd, 2019. And stay with the NTN Nightly. Up next, Primus Hutchinson is here with the NTN Nouvelle en Créole.
When a hurricane is approaching, safety of life and the preservation of livelihoods is most important. We should take heed. Create proper drainage along the contour of your farm. Harvest and store all crops that could be harvested, and if possible to sell any produce, do so. Reinforce farmhouses by using screws or hurricane ties to secure the roof and ensure that it is boarded up. Remove all plastic covers from greenhouses and store properly in your reinforced farmhouse. Secure all official agriculture and farming business documents and policies in sealed plastic coverings. And perhaps consider taking out a crop insurance policy to secure your agro livelihood. Take all possible precaution ahead of a hurricane or tropical storm. This is the hurricane season, and we should be prepared. A message brought to you by the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Physical Planning, Natural Resources, and Cooperatives.
Welcome back. We join Primus Hutchinson for the NTN Nouvelle en Créole.
Monsieur, Madame, département qui est responsabilité pour l'information au gouvernement de Saint Lucia, ça c'est GIS, à la télévision nationale pays NTN qui a présenté Nouvelle en Créole. Présenté Primus Hutchinson. Situation économique Saint Lucia, pour le moment, ni besoin pour ces pont en conduite pays. Ça, c'est dans une vitesse de milliers par l'éditeur. C'est le ministre des Affaires et Développement économique en gouvernement Saint Lucia, Honorable Joseph, qui fait déclaration ça là, devant une discussion et puis nouvelle à Keril. Selon le ministre Joseph, malgré la situation n'a pas gardé trop mal, le gouvernement qui travaille et puis plusieurs institutions pour tenir l'économie en vivant, mais le gouvernement examiné affaire près, je crois que l'économie pays n'a pas profiter en façon qui mérite et que si pays n'a pas performer en degré habilité qui ni.
Nous besoin 5% pour 6% juste pour nous ça payer pour nous ça été conouiller là pas même pour profiter. So nous ka les premier ministre parler about nous ni pour faire bail pour faire économie augmenter plus passer. C'est un bail qui très important. Et gouvernement ça a travailler en direction ça pour faire ça fait en pays. À chaque monde pas venir nous pas voulons ni confiance, nous pas voulons faire bail différent. Si nous ka faire même bail là chaque tile, c'est même result là nous ka joindre. Mais nous na premier ministre Jordi qui croit dat Saint Lucia ça fait primaire et tout travail gouvernement ça c'est pour montrer dat nous ça fait économie augmenter plus et nous jawe ça qu'a fait en manière gouvernement ça qu'a opéré.
Le ministre des Affaires et Développement économique l'a expliqué que ça c'est façon que le gouvernement a commencé à exciter la machine économique pays.
Il y a besoin de plus de monde qui a visité le pays, a passé pièces l'autre en Saint Lucia. Nous avons projet qui a fait pour bâtir chemin, pour bâtir différents bails en pays. Nous avons airport neuf, terminal neuf là qui a venu. Nous avons fait agrément avec ces bateaux à amener passagers, touristes pour visiter le pays, pour établir en place neuf en Vieux-Fort. C'est toutes ces bails là nous avons fait pour faire l'économie augmenter.
Comme pays Saint Lucia, Kachin Belame et puis le restant de la terre, en semaine ça là, pour observer et changer les gens qui ont perdu la vie par accident, à ce chemin, en baptême là, la vie, c'est pas partir en l'auto. Il y a aussi gardé l'occasion qui est très important, comme il a présenté le gouvernement et les gens qui ont servi chemin l'occasion pour faire les autres comprendre qu'il y a la mort à ce chemin par accident, c'est trop. Le ministre des Affaires et de Transportation, Honorable Joseph, déclaré que cette liste a suivi les Nations Unies pour réduire la quantité d'accidents qui a fait à ce chemin cette liste. Ça c'est bord de l'année 2020. Selon Honorable Joseph, accident qui est tragique qui a continué à augmenter cette liste. Et ça a enregistré plus que 190 la mort par accident à ce chemin. Et qu'en haut, il y a 1200 personnes qui trouvaient blessés sérieusement durant la période 2011 pour 2019. Situation ça là, j'ai apporté un pile la peine et souffrance pour la famille parce que en pile c'est ça là, c'était jeune monde et plus encore, c'était accident qui partait pour jamais fait. Selon le ministre là, c'est aussi même qu'on l'autre pays qui a supporté un salaire qui pas en degré économique, c'est grand pays la terre et ça a l'occasionné pour le système de transportation pays pour continuer à expériencer problème de bâtiment, problème de éproulement, l'auto qui pas supposé opposer à ce chemin pays. Il a ajouté qu'il y a aussi important pour les gens qui ont servi chemin pays pour trouver une meilleure éducation, pour donner plus d'informations, loi trafic, pour peuple plus au courant et puis c'est permission si vous refusez d'obéir à la loi trafic pays. Le ministre Joseph déclaré que le gouvernement a compris et reconnaissé qu'il y a besoin pour action immédiatement et pour raison ça là, j'ai fait commitment pour adopter un système qui a placé attention à ce première précaution à ce chemin pour l'auto et chauffeur l'auto. Le ministre a dit que le gouvernement a pris des marches pour implémenter divers projets pour assurer qu'il y a plus de protection à ce chemin cette-ci et pour faire assurer que l'auto qui a entré en pays ça toujours en ordre. Le département des affaires de transportation a encouragé toute cette liste pour porter un petit colère là à ce yo pour changer le monde qui a perdu la vie à ce chemin cette liste. Le gouvernement de la République Taiwan Chine a continué pour assister cette liste très sérieux pour éprouver à ce secteur éducation. Récemment, l'ambassade de la République Chine Taïwan pour cette liste, Dr. Douglas Chen, présenté 30 laptops pour les étudiants en institution pour jeunes garçons ambassade ça c'est boys training center ambassade chen ka kweki initiative sala kai pochiwe ces garçons pour développer capacité technologie je vois pour institution Wang Sonson oui monsieur gouvernement Taiwan il a ajouté que programme éducation boys training center ka improuvé avec ces laptops là ka vini à l'air ce sont déclaré que et qu'à travailler web pour placer programme éducation institution en même degré et pilote l'école en pays. Il dit que récemment, les garçons de l'école là trouvé succès en l'examination CVQ et level en l'état mécanique. Premier ministre honorable Alan Chasney, qui ce laptop là qui a aidé programme pour réhabiliter ces garçons là et aussi féliciter assistance là hot gouvernement Taïwan qui a quoi qu'on y a ouais qu'on bon ami cette ici. Premier ministre Chasney dit aussi ça a aidé pour développer capacité technologie ces jeunes garçons là et qui très apprécié assistance gouvernement Taïwan pour cette présentation de précours lundi 18 novembre 2019. Et c'est comme ça nous avons une nouvelle là. Je vous remercie autant pour regarder. Je vous vidéo prochaine puis moi considère conserver la vie dans les présenter l'autre en nouvelle à quoi. Je vous souhaite tout le monde une bonne fin de semaine et que vous vieux présenter Michel.
Merci Opil Primus. And here's a look at what's happening to us weather-wise.
Partly cloudy skies becoming cloudy at times, with some scattered showers and a chance of isolated thunderstorms, mainly over the Leeward Islands. Moisture and instability associated with a low-level trough and frontal system region will continue to cause some showery periods and possibly isolated thunderstorms over the islands during the next 24 hours. Tropical storm Sebastian is moving toward the east-northeast near 15 miles per hour or 24 kilometers per hour. Maximum sustained winds are down to 50 miles per hour or 85 kilometers per hour with higher gusts. Weakening is expected to continue and Sebastian is forecast to dissipate by early next week. A tropical wave located several hundred miles east of the eastern Caribbean is moving westward near 15 miles per hour or 24 kilometers per hour. This system is expected to bring some showers and possibly thunderstorms to the islands from late Saturday into Sunday. Two other tropical waves located over the central and eastern tropical Atlantic are both moving westward near 12 miles per hour or 19 kilometers per hour. Tides for Castries Harbour, high at 12:24 p.m., low at 6:26 p.m. Tides for Beaufort Bay, high at 1:31 p.m., low at 7:53 p.m. Seas, slight to moderate with waves and northeasterly to easterly swells 3 to 6 feet or 0.9 to 1.8 meters. The sun will rise Saturday at 6:07 a.m.
And that brings us to the end of the NTN Nightly. Join us next time at 7 p.m. with the repeat at 7 a.m. You can also catch up with us anytime on the Saint Lucia Government Facebook page or YouTube channel. I'm Nisha Charles.